I remember reading Miller Hyman, The New Strategic Selling. That was the book that was the first real sales book that I was given. I read others, of varying degrees of quality, but I remember the first time I read this, it was like that moment in the Matrix where Neo can see inside the Matrix and he's seeing like numbers and code and things like that. And I was like, oh my God. I opened the book up and it was just, my brain broke. It's like I realized I was bad at sales. If reading about buying influences, like I'd never considered that. Reading about buying modes, and a buyer could be in like even keel mode where they they don't really care to make a change. Buying mode where they're pain. What were they? They were in pain or they didn't feel the pain. All of those. It's another layer of complexity to have to consider, especially when you're trying to make that prioritization of where do we have the best path to market.
Yeah, and that's hard for founders because founders have this philosophy that, hey, I just want to race to the demo. I want to race to the demo because that's always the first. I have said in more founder meetings where they're the founder and then there's the VP of sales or CRO, CSO, whatever. And the founders always say, well, why is it taking so long to get to the demo and, get to the capabilities presentation? Hold it. Stop. That's one of the biggest problems because we have to be willing to go slow at first to go fast to close. And again, that runs counter. That doesn't just run counter to founders. It runs counter to anybody in sales. But it's because you got to shut up and listen to what the customer's saying. And then
everybody just wants to.
Yeah. And when you get to the demo, you only show them the parts that are absolutely critical to them. I see more demo presentations where they go through and you can just see the customer on the other end. Their eyes are just glazing over. And the meeting ends and the customer goes back and says, hey, wait, there's a lot of other things we got to look at. We shouldn't talk to companies, yada, yada, yada. And guess what? Because you, the salesperson, you, the engineer, you, the founder, whoever, you showed them too much. And what does it cause them to do? Oh, they stop the process. Remember, the number one competitor we have is no decision. That's the number one competitor. And yet, somehow we don't get that memo.
Totally. I think if you are whipping your deck out and just doing a stock presentation for, early in the process, you're not really selling, right? At best, you're presenting. At worst, you probably should be a YouTube video or some sort of Vimeo or some, because the CEO could do a better job and could just record it. And so if it's a pre-scripted, pre-canned demo, why not just get the founder to do it? And then we can have a watch party. If that's all you're going to do and it's not going to be personalized or customized to the customer's unique situation, you may as well just send them that video because the founder can do it better.
And I'll tell you what, you can send over the popcorn, you can send over the beer, you can send over anything you want with it. It's not going to result in a sale because undoubtedly you get a founder or a CEO involved, they're going to wind up talking too much. This is what's funny. I've said the most successful demos are the ones where it's just PowerPoint slides. Now, here's why. How many times have you been part of a demo? And, okay, we're going to go online and we're going to show you how this software works and how this works. And then something doesn't work with the connection, right? Something doesn't work. Oh, man. It just creates a problem. Or the customer says, hey, let's go over here. See what's behind this button. Let's go over here. Excuse me. And all it does is create a problem. So if I do a PowerPoint, hey, to keep it really simple, I just created a few PowerPoint slides just to kind of show you. And the idea with the demo early on is to get them leaning in, say, oh, I want to know more. I don't know more. Don't feed the beast early. Make them really crave it. Because now what this does is, boy, when we get this in, this is what we're going to do, this. I always say, get the customer leaning in before you even begin to think about feeding it.